Today we have an interesting one, a real experience here for you, Brad. And you guys watching, what if I said I could make you feel something you haven't felt before?
Max, you always make me feel something I haven't felt before.
Before we start, Brad, do you know what liminality is?
Liminality?
Yeah.
It's not something to do with your arms and legs, is it? Like, they like fade out of existence. Like it's lim, and then ality.
Yeah.
Is that close? Is that a good guess?
Not quite. It stems from the word liminal.
Mate, I don't even know what the fuck liminal means. What does liminal mean?
So here's a quick description of the word liminal. Something that's occupying a position at or both sides of a boundary of a threshold. Something that is within transition. Which it's kind of a rough explanation, but
so is it like in something that's in like equilibrium with itself?
Yes, yeah.
So it's any given point in time and space, it's either at like, for example, positive or negative at the same time.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Okay. You hit the nail on the head there. Have you heard of a thing called the back rooms?
No, please enlighten me.
So it kind of invokes the same response in between knowing and not knowing where you are. Like you've kind of glitched out of reality.
Mate, I feel like I've glitched out of reality right now with this conversation.
like imagine life was a movie and like you're on a movie set and somehow you've walked out and realized that you are on a movie set. Like
the Truman Show?
Yeah, basically.
That'd be so scary.
So the backrooms is basically, it's a creepypasta, which obviously means it's not true. It's a made up concept, but basically it's where you find yourself in like an office that has yellow walls and humming lights and a cream carpet, basically like in between living and not living, like purgatory almost.
Kind of like limbo.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to describe it. We could do an entire video on this, but obviously, like I said, it's not a true thing. It's a creepypasta, but I believe the reason why it got so popular is because it invokes the same response in your brain. It's a phenomenon that has gained widespread attention in the past couple of years due to the nature of our world constantly evolving and changing. Spaces and locations that are being forgotten and left in their wake, a derelict, abandoned space that seems to trigger a nostalgic feeling, yet our brains seem to reject it and it brings almost a feeling of dread.
I kind of know this feeling.
This is the problem, right? It is a hard thing to describe. We feel like we have been there in our past almost, or visited it in a dream. We associate memories with images that we have never seen, yet for some reason it captivates us almost in a paralyzing way, and with a combination of nostalgia and pure fear and loneliness. I'm going to show you some that I have collected because I don't think there's any way to describe the feeling that you get from looking at these images without seeing them yourself. So granted, I'm not the best with trying to describe what an emotion is. Like, I found it very hard to type up the explanation of how it makes you feel, but I feel like the images I'm going to show you is really going to, you're gonna be right, I know what he's on about as soon as you see these images.
Oh, I'm excited. Like, I kind of know what you mean already, just like the way you're describing it, and like the kind of like a place that's changed, or like a certain place that makes you feel a certain way, but you don't actually know why, but you might have never been there before.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I kind of know what you mean already.
It's almost like deja vu, but you know you haven't seen it.
Yeah, so there's kind of like some sort of like gap missing in your memory. There's like a part of your brain telling you that this is not real, you've never been here, there's no association, but there's an actual strong emotional response.
Yes.
So there's an internal conflict, basically.
Yeah, 100%, that's what it is. Bring up this first image here, right? This one, it's strange because the more I look into it, the less of the feeling I get to have, and it's really certain things that seem to trigger it. Does this feel familiar to you in any sense?
It does look familiar, and the first thing that reminds me of is, it reminds me of a part when I used to work in a hospital in London, and there was kind of like a post office at the back of the hospital, like where nobody goes. It was literally only where staff would go to like collect parcels and post and maybe pick up some deliveries and stuff. And there was literally an area that looks like this, very similar. It always gave me like a certain feeling, felt like very like trapped.
Yeah,
like I couldn't get out there.
Yeah,
there was like no immediate kind of like exit, and I'm getting the similar vibe here. Even just looking at the photos, kind of just gives you like a sad feeling.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's kind of like, yeah, it's a bit like despair.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the same kind of feeling that it invoked in me. The problem is, the more you look at it, I guess the more you kind of notice, but some of the stuff that seems to trigger it for me, I don't know what it is, but the coffee machine on the right, there's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't feel right to me.
The coffee machine doesn't look right, I know what you mean. There's something wrong with it.
The bin in that, kind of, the fact
that was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, because it's out of place. It's like, why is it there? It should be against the wall. And
the lid on it's not on properly, which is a very minor thing, but for me, like that's affecting my OCD right now.
Your OCD brain.
Like that is not right to me. And also the non-smoking signs on the walls.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's the
where did they get their are they reusing their paper?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it is the fact that it's a different shade from the wall and it looks old.
It's not white.
No.
That's caramel.
Caramel. It looks like it's been in a room where people have smoked for 12 years.
It looks like my year 4. You know, like when they sent you, like, asked you to like make a letter from World War II, and they asked you to like burn the paper and put tea
on it. Yeah.
That is my work.
Well,
they've stolen my work and stuck on a wall.
Right, we're suing them. That's it. This tunnel gives me nightmare vibes. I don't know why. Like, I feel like in my dream I've been stuck here before.
That to me is the void. Like
the void, yeah.
Like that. If you could explain like losing your sanity into like one picture, I think that would be it. Like if you could, do you know what I mean? Because you can't very well describe like, do you know what I mean, going for like a mental episode or like feeling like trapped. But like if you could show a picture to explain how you're feeling, that would be it. Like the tones of the photo is very cold. It's white, the grey. It's very two-tone.
Yeah.
And also the way it looks like it gets narrower as it goes on, which in geometrical space doesn't feel right.
And I think what makes it worse is if you look further down, it almost looks like there's another part to it.
Yeah, maybe like, is that like a side room?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to work out.
Oh my god, I know what this reminds me of now. In London, in Green Park, tube station, to get from one side of the tube station to the other, there's this really, if anyone's been to Green Park, you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's a very long corridor, like this, like walkway to get to the other platform, and it literally looks like this.
This one makes me more uneasy than the first one, but yeah, I still feel like they're connected in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like it kind of invokes the same feeling, but...
Same feeling. If I can compare the two, both of them feel like they exist, but they exist in a certain space that together.
Yeah.
So they don't exist in this reality, but they do exist in an alternate, but like together, very close. That's the only way to... I can't explain it.
Right, shall we move on to the next photo?
Let's go. Oh no, I don't like that. I feel like I've been here in a dream.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling it kind of invoked. And to the left in the exit door makes me very uneasy. I feel like there's something in there that I shouldn't see.
Yeah, it's like in a dream, So like, say if you're in a dream, you're like walking around a corridor or something, or you're somewhere, and then you've got that part of your brain, your subconscious, and you're like, please don't let me see anything. Please, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Please, for God, do not let me see anything. You turn the corner, and there is some sort of monstrosity.
Yeah.
Of, like, you don't even know what it is, and it's just there, and you're just like, just get me out of here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just know that's what's going to be there.
But yeah, very similar. Maybe let's move on to the next one, because I mean, I don't really like looking at this one. Right, this one.
This is horrible.
I take it back. I kind of want to go back to the other one because it feels better than this one we're looking at.
This one is the scariest.
This one's horrible.
This one's the worst.
The
right,
carpet.
there's a few things here. The mirror.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be, for example, say if you're like walking down there, you look in that mirror, you'd be terrified, thinking, like looking at that mirror, hoping that you don't see something in it behind you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're walking down there, like your brain, fight or flight, would kick in.
Yeah.
And also that corridor, and also the shade of pink.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it's like it's the most cold pink. There's something about it that's unsettling. The fact that it's not dry. It doesn't look dry. It looks wet.
Yeah, I feel as well like I'm here on my own. Like the whole place is empty.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
This one's horrible.
That is really scary.
It reminds me of secondary school for some odd reason. Like maybe like a drama room.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And they have that carpet. They've always got some sort of special, like, thick, dirty carpet because everyone's been running around on it and it gets all like fucked.
Yeah, this is scary. This is horrible. I don't like the fact that there's gaps in between the walls and the ceiling.
I'm trying to work out why there even is. Yeah, that's a weird one.
They're getting worse. I feel like we're delving deeper into finding something we shouldn't. Right, let's move on to the next then.
This gives me instant nostalgia.
Yeah, you'll notice that has a big common theme. Like I said, it's very nostalgic in the sense of you feel like you've played here, yet you haven't.
I feel like I have. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't actually picture like playing in there as a kid, but like I know it. I remember playing when I was very young in one of these kind of things.
Yeah.
Very similar. And I also like remember the smell, because these have it smells like rubber.
Rubber,
it's got like this very strong kind of like rubber plasticky smell to it, everything inside. They are getting worse.
Yeah. All right, let's go across one more. No. Okay, no, this one's horrible. The chairs, why are the chairs lined up like that?
I feel like I've been here before. Like, this one for me is the strongest resonation like I've had so far. So like, literally so far. I've definitely been here before.
It's horrible, the feeling.
I don't know in game, like if I played a game that looks literally like this, I can picture what's outside that door.
It's funny you should mention game though. There's an indie developer, I can't remember who it was, I'll put it in text. I do believe the game's called No Players Online.
That's the last thing you need, isn't it?
The servers are dead. You can't do
They're just gone.
That would be sad. But it's kind of like a Halo, kind of like capture the flag based game, but you're in it on your own, and it shows you that liminal feeling perfectly. If you guys would like to watch us play that game, maybe even live, let us know in the comments. This one sends me off big time. I think it's the carpet.
It's similar. Yeah, carpet.
It's nostalgic because it looks like a cinema. Maybe I don't know.
I'm not being funny, but the places, you know, when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this has changed a lot. I don't know, it's the 2000s, like when we got out of the 2000s, the feng shui of everything changed. When we were growing up in the 90s, like we're only 1995, we were only like 5 years old, early 2000s, but places did look like this.
Yeah, you're right though. Like, I think that's why the whole feeling of this kind of liminal feeling of transition in time, almost like one day everything kind of like had an update almost and everything looked different.
Yeah, like places like this, like even when you was a kid, like this would be kind of normal.
Which is weird to think, huh?
If you went into a building now and you saw that, you'd be like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I would freak
Like,
out.
what?
It looks weird.
Yeah, it just doesn't look right. Anyway, who chooses a carpet like that?
Yeah.
Like, that can't be cheap either.
No, surely not. Yeah, who prints carpet like that? You even print carpet?
How do you make carpet?
Maybe
what?
that's a...
We're going to do a how's it made on carpet.
We will.
That's what it's going to be.
Well, that's been the bizarre case of liminal places. I hope by the end of this, I kind of did... You felt the way I described at the beginning of the video, in a sense.
I did. I know everything you said in the beginning actually did resonate. Like, you can't put it into words, but if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
You know, yeah. It'd be interesting to see what the viewers think as well, what other people think.
Yeah, for sure.
We're just two dudes, you know. I reckon, you know, the ones that might not be scary for us might be terrifying for other people.
Yeah, it's very weird how it works.
Yeah, and I guess like phobias as well, and like mental, like there's probably like a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
Memories, upbringing, bad experiences, phobias. Do you know what I mean? Like all of these different things.
I think as well, me and Brad consider nostalgic may not even be nostalgic for you. For you, it might just be considered vintage because we're old fucks on the internet.
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things.
Or you could even be like older than us.
Older
and,
than,
this could have been like this could be completely normal to you.
Yeah, this also, could be like what you did as a teenager.
Yeah, but then again, I guess it will be nostalgic for you too. Well, yeah, it's been very interesting.
Yeah, well, I think we'll wrap it up there. Make sure to tune in on Friday, because we have Folklore Friday every Fridays where we talk about interesting things there.
I'm looking forward to Folklore Friday.
Ooh, mark it on your calendars. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Been Max and Brad on Burning Questions. We'll catch you later. Peace.
Bye.